good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, editor-in-chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Look, y'all, you never know where she's going to show up. I am going to be working out after this, so I said, let's make it easy because I had a video to do after this as well. So I'm just going to show up where I need to show up. So excuse the echo a little bit, but today we have a couple of our amazing contributing writers. We're going to have a wonderful conversation about how we show up, elevating our mind, body, and spirit when we show up with our clothes. So I'm going to let them on in. Hey, good morning, Teresa.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on,
What up,
Jeffrey?
What's good?
Welcome, everybody. Again, excuse the echo a little bit, so I'm going to keep my voice down just a little bit today. You won't get that crazy loud tip today. So, all right, everybody, let's go ahead and please, everybody, introduce yourself. Starting with you, Teresa, please tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do before we jump into this.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Teresa Palmer, and I am a nurse practitioner or advanced practice nurse, as it's often called, depending on where you are in the country and where you are in the world. And my expertise is holistic cardiology, and I am the nurse that connects individuals to their heart. And when I connect them to their heart, I bridge traditional Western medicine, cardiology, with some Eastern practices, Eastern spiritual philosophy and practices, and a little bit of metaphysics too. So my patients get the best of both worlds. They get the ancient wisdom of the heart, and they get the current wisdom of technology, of our medical system, of technology and whatnot. And right now I'm based in Alabama.
Awesome. Thanks, Teresa. All right, Jeffrey, you're up.
What up, though, America? This Jeffrey L. Levers, or J.O.Lee, author, musician, journalist, CEO, and host of three J.O.Lee brand shows: Middle Ground with J.O.Lee, Interview Show, Help You Find Your Purpose, Sports Line with J.O.Lee and Marte, Sports Debate. Co-host be tripping, but I got to bring the levity. Ground Floor, social panel discussion show. We talk about everything. And I also have music out. New song, Vulnerable and Soul Connection. The latest book, Daily Devotional, J.O.Lee Daily Devotional. Check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeffrey. All right. So today's topic is how we show up when we are, in our clothing, how we show up and how people tend to, see us when we show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because as I was sharing backstage, I like to show up in active gear. And, I may walk into a situation where I'm dressed a little down, but guess what? I will go into that bathroom. I'll put on some makeup real quick, throw on some earrings that are just looking bomb, look good with the outfit, and I'll go out there and I'll show up. And it's really, I think, about a mindset around it. But I want to also dig into, there's going to be a second question I ask about mindset. So, Teresa, let's start with you. When you show up, if you're in sweats or if you're in, a dress, how do you really elevate that mind, body, and spirit when you show up?
Oh, okay. Well, for me, number one, I do like to dress. I do like to put on makeup. I like to style my hair. And for me, it makes me feel good spiritually, emotionally, and physically that I'm presenting myself to the world in the best light possible for me. So I do a combination. I do like to dress. Yes, I wear sweats. There's certain things that I don't think I look good in. So certain things that I just don't wear because I don't think it's my style. And I think it's important as a person and self-esteem and self-confidence and your self-awareness to know what your style is, what looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because I think that tells the world who you are. And if you try to dress a certain way or be a certain way, you're not being authentic.
Mhm.
So if sweats aren't your thing, but yet you feel like you constantly have to be in sweats because everybody else is in sweats, or you have to be dressed up because everybody else is dressed up, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice
Yeah,
because you don't really know who you are. You don't know really what you need or what you want. And I think you need to be comfortable in your own skin.
absolutely.
So if that comfort means that you're a little bit more dressed than other people, or you're a little bit underdressed than other people,
Mhm.
it's important to be comfortable in your own skin. I also think it's important not to look like like you just rolled out of bed,
That's
because I don't think that's a good look for anyone. And I think it gives the impression that you just don't care about yourself. If you don't have the time
Mm-hmm.
to get out of your PJs, to comb and or wash your hair or style your hair, and for the women to put on a little bit of makeup, maybe. Okay, for the men to just make sure that if you shave or you have a beard or whatever, that you're groomed properly. I think that when we don't do those things, it says to the world, I don't care and you shouldn't care about me. uh, so that is my thoughts on it.
yeah.
I'm going to turn off my camera for 1 second
Mhm.
because I need to charge up my computer. I didn't realize that it's almost out of juice.
Oh,
So
no worries.
excuse me for a
Okay.
moment.
Go ahead. No
Unless you good with
worries. So
that.
Jeffrey, so like, yeah,
um,
how do you show up and elevate, right? Because again,
well,
you heard two sides here, so yeah.
it depends on where you're going. Like,
Hmm.
got the camera ready, so I got the edges, yang, because your boy on that black Thor tour, baby. I can wear this shirt now.
Yeah.
But I'm knowing some boys, man, casual polo type style.
Hmm.
But when it's time to really show out, Ric Flair was my man. Woo, the nature boy. I'm gonna throw that suit on now. You gonna know Jeff out here. You gonna see. Believe that. And I'm about this weight coming down. You
Okay,
gonna see me.
and I
He
think
might
that's
hate
so
me a little
important.
bit. Like, won't he be quiet? Like, no, I'm too pretty now.
Look.
Fine. I'm sorry, my nose just lives up here now. I don't know how to look normal. I don't do that no more. For real. I'm gonna be
And
terrible.
I think Teresa, real quick, you touched it when you were talking about, when you show up disheveled, a lot of times it can mean that you're going through something. It can
Hmm.
mean
Right.
that you're depressed, things like that. So I think we also have to look at that sometimes as well. And when you are depressed, putting on a little bit of makeup, or like Jeff said, he want to get camera ready, let him zip zip zip, get all nice and fresh
Look at
because
his
he
face,
wants
boy.
to
Look at
show
it.
up and shine. And that's really what it is. What is it to you to be able to show up and shine? You can show up and shine in sweats. You can show up and shine in that glamour dress or that fly suit. But even if you show up in that dress and that fly suit, how are you here? Right?
Hmm.
Because there's a lot of people, a lot of high level executives and people that will show up that way and they are torn apart. Now, I worked with a gentleman years ago, and Teresa and I were talking about this. He was a multimillionaire and he came to work in sweats most of the time. And when he would leave, no one would know who he was. And that was really kind of what he wanted, because when he was at work, he was always being hounded by people because they all knew who he was and they just loved him regardless of how he showed up, because he showed up vibrant in just his big personality and just who he
Hmm.
was. So let's, share a little bit of insight on that. I know, Teresa, you had shared a little bit, earlier. Let's talk about that as well.
Sure. I too know someone who is very wealthy. And if you looked at that person, you would never in a million years know it, because the person literally dresses like a bum, could pass for a bum if they had to. And the reason this person does that is because he feels that if he dresses too well, if he has on his designer clothing and gives the impression of money, that people are only going to want him because he has money. And he wants people to want him because of who he is. And yes, I do agree with that. But at the same time, I also think that with etiquette, that if you're going someplace where there's a certain dress code,
Yeah.
I think you should dress that way, whether or not that you think it's proper. You know, you may say, well, why should a man have to put on a sports coat, or why should a woman have to have a dress on to go into a restaurant, or look a certain way? Why should I have to do that? And I think it's because then you're showing respect for the place. That it doesn't mean you have to do it all the time, but I think there's a certain level of respect.
Yeah.
And I think how we treat ourselves then is how we treat other people. And if we can't treat ourselves with respect, and if we can't follow a simple etiquette that says jackets are required, or no jeans, say for women,
Right.
no jeans in a particular restaurant. If we can't follow that, then I don't think we could follow anything. But then at the same token, if we try to follow the crowd, we lose our individuality,
Right.
we lose who we are. And I think sometimes we don't know who we are. And that's why we're willing to follow the crowd. And if everybody is dressed a certain way, even though it may not be our style or something that doesn't look good on us, we're going to do it because we want to be wanted by that group.
Yeah.
And that's just as bad. So,
Right. No, I think you have to find your individual style, right? And I think that you can find that individual style from sweats all the way up to, that dress or that whatever that is just, maybe because I like wearing black all the time. Maybe everything that I have is black with that little bit of color or whatever that is. Or maybe it's the color of the phoenix, right? Because that's what I represent. So you want to just really figure out what your signature style is going to be and really just own it. That's, I think, what it's all about. Just finding that and owning it. And like you said, Teresa, having respect for the circles that you go into, because if you have a friend that invites you to a party and they say, hey, you know what, you got to dress a certain way because that's the way that party, that gala is, then if you want to be in that circle, then you're going to have to go ahead and dress that way. But just continue to keep your signature, that color, whatever that is that makes you happy in your style. I think that is really what's going to elevate your mind to show up, your spirit, because you're like, yeah, this is me, right? That's what it's all about, right? So Jeffrey, please.
All the things you guys said or women said is amazingly and true. But I think it first start with you making sure you unpack you. Because when you wake up, whatever guy you pray to and give love, he woke you up. And then when you look in that mirror, you gotta like what you see. Because if you don't, no matter what you put on or do will show, they ain't vibing with themselves. But when you do, that energy is infectious. You walk the room like, who is that? What up?
Right.
Dang, it just, you ain't got nothing fresh on. You can have some bummy, scummy, chill stuff, but just your vibe and energy, because you like you. Everybody else gonna want to be around.
That's right. That's right.
So unpack them problems. Look at yourself and like what you see.
Unpack it, man. It's like I've been in so many different rooms where people come in and you can feel the energy, right? When that person comes in and they're just like, just big energy. They make you smile when they come in the room and you don't even know who they are yet, right? And then there's also the opposite.
Got the cloud over their head.
You got that cloud and you're like,
you all
who
right?
the hell is that? You okay? Like, you sure you want to come in here? I don't know. You might mess up my vibe, right? We'll go back to you, Teresa. When it
Yeah.
comes to that.
Yeah.
I like what Jeffrey said about unpacking yourself. And again, that comes back to your own self-awareness, your own self-confidence, your self-esteem,
You got it.
esteem.
There
Ooh,
you go.
I got it. And I think sometimes that really interferes with us, or we think that we have to do a certain thing. Now, I had gone to something local, and
Mhm.
granted, it was a very local thing, and there were a lot of women. I'm now 71. Ooh. And
Don't
most of
look
these
it.
women, yeah, thank you. And most of these women were around the same age. So it was mostly a group of retired people, and this was a 1 o'clock in the afternoon event.
Mhm.
And I showed up, I had jeans and a top, and I had some makeup on, and my hair was done. And two women just kind of looked at me, and I thought, this is kind of odd, but they were kind of disheveled. One was wearing fuzzy slippers, and the other one had what I thought were pajama bottoms or a
Mm.
lounger with a t-shirt. And the one woman came up to me and she said, "Why are you dressed up? Are you going out after this?" And I said, "I'm dressed up." And she said, "Yeah, you've got on nice jeans and you've got on a top and your hair is done and this and that." And I said, "But this is who I am. This is how I always look."
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, you don't work a lot anymore, do you? So why do you dress?" And I thought, how sad is that? Now, she told me she
Mhm.
hasn't put
Mhm.
on makeup in the 6 years that she's been retired,
Wow.
Mhm.
only if she's going out someplace. And she said, "I've earned the right not to have to dress and
Wow.
not to have to worry about how I look."
Mm.
And I didn't say anything to her because what do you really say to somebody that says that to you? But I thought, how
Right.
sad. So I said
Yeah.
to the other woman, I said, "What are your thoughts about what so and so said?" And she said, "Oh, I totally agree." She said, "Why dress up when you're either going to see the same people that know you, or you're not in a workplace where you don't have to dress up?"
Mhm.
And she said she doesn't go to any fancy affairs because she doesn't want to put on heels or wear a
Mhm.
gown or do anything like that. And okay, I understand. Right now, I'm in a warmer environment. It's a little bit more laid back, but I think there's still that decorum that you have to know who you
Yeah.
are, how you want to dress. And did I feel out of place at the event? A little bit, simply because people thought I was overdressed. Now, should
Mhm.
that have bothered me? No. I should have been proud of the way that I did look.
Mhm.
But deep down inside, yeah, it kind of got to me a little bit
Yeah.
because I thought, oh, I didn't really read the room right. And it kind of then puts you in a position where you don't want to be as vibrant as you are because
Mhm.
you almost feel like you're showing off. And I think that's the best way for me to describe how I felt, that these
Mhm.
people kind of felt, okay, you're new to this part of the country, you're new to this division, this neighborhood, and you're kind of showing us up. You're kind of showing off. Now, whether they thought that or not, I don't know, but that's the way it made me feel.
Right.
Again, I wasn't going to go in there in fuzzy slippers, my pajama bottoms. I just wouldn't go at that point. So I think there needs to be that middle ground.
Yeah.
We ain't
Absolutely.
Toys R Us kids no more. You always got to be the grown up wherever the hell you go. Come on now, our parents
Come
raised
on.
us. Quit playing. Rolling off the damn bed and going somewhere, looking at you like, "What are you doing? You're a grown up. That's what grown ups do."
Absolutely. No,
Man up.
absolutely.
Come on now. Quit
But no,
playing.
but I love though, Teresa, you said, it's like really you shouldn't have felt bad. Just
Nope.
show up and maybe like really inspire them to possibly start to show up that way,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
you're shining your light by showing up authentic and true to yourself. That's what it's
yeah.
all about.
I
That's what
think
it's all
she's a good person. Cause me, I got some Patty Davis in me. I'm gonna show you a peacock down there since you. I'll be back. Let me see if I got some gators up in there. I'll show you how to come out here now. Don't worry about how I look. Worry about you ragging out the bed.
That's right.
Getting ready. No. That's not how grown-ups do it. They Neverland. Sorry. I know you want to go back to it. I'm sorry. We're grown now. No. You gotta be presentable when we go outside.
That's right. So look, it is Mental Monday. It's the start of a new week. We are really, these months are going so fast. I mean, we're going to be here at Halloween and and Christmas. What are some words of wisdom, some words of encouragement that we can give our audience to really just show up and shine and keep on pushing through? Go ahead, Teresa. We'll start with you.
I would tell people to be themselves, to be authentic, to really get to know themselves, what they need, what they want, and how they want to present themselves. And never be embarrassed about yourself. If you walk into a place and you're underdressed, oh well. If you walk into a place and you're overdressed, oh well, make a joke about it. But be who you are. Be comfortable in your own skin. And like you said before, shine your light wherever you go and be an inspiration. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Teresa. Jeffrey, take us home.
That's so beautiful. And we got to get the other side of it. You need to understand who you are and be comfortable with it. And like the late, great Bernie Mac said in House Party 3, if people don't like you being yourself, I ain't gonna say what he said, kick rocks. Yeah. And don't feel bad about telling them kick rocks because you are awesome as who you are.
That part.
It ain't your fault they want to be on Never Never Land with Wendy and all them cats. Grow up. Don't worry about how I'm moving on these streets. Worry about how you do.
That's right. Thank you, Jeffrey. Well, look, it is always a pleasure taking center stage with you two. And I just love having you in the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family, the contributions that you give to us and the inspiration and motivation that you provide our audience through your work, through showing up on these shows, just being you guys just going through the world. So I appreciate you. I thank you. Everyone, I want to thank you all for joining us today on this Mental Monday. Definitely continue to shine your light wherever you go in this world. It doesn't matter if you're underdressed, overdressed, or in between. What you want to do is own it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and all of the everything in between. We love you so much, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Take care.